I like to use the analogy that my V1 is like my granny gear on my bike. Okay, what that means is I'm going to probably be spinning a little bit quicker, and it's a lighter. So in some of your activities, like say the V2 alternate, where you have a lot, you're using what I'll say a big gear. You have a lot more time to glide on one ski. When you're V1ing, you don't have nearly as much time to glide on one ski. So what we do is I use this analogy of I'm thinking of keeping the steeper it gets, the wider my feet get, and I move my body to my feet. Okay, there's a analogy that one of our strength and conditioning coaches uses. She says, pretend like you're a soccer player on a foosball table. And you have a rod through your hip, and that hip, you can move side to side, but you can't bob up and down. So what we think about is we keep our feet wide, and what we do is we shift our hip over each leg, and as I load one leg, I'm pressing off of the other. Press. And now when I add my poles, then I'm doing more of this. But I'm always pushing, and I'm not stepping up the hill. What you'll see some people do is when they V1, they will load their poling side, and then they'll stand up and step on the other side. And really what we want to do is we want to go from this side, keep our body low, boom, off to this side, then we come up over to the next side. The poles, raised to year, is, I like to use the analogy of this lead pole. Doesn't matter which side you're going, right or left. Let's just say I'm going left here. This pole goes right down this shin. So this pole is right here. This pole goes right down this shin. And so as I'm pulling, and as I come through, I'm still trying to pull straight forward, straight back. But because my legs are so wide, and my body's moving side to side, when I pull straight through, so like even though my body is moving side to side, my poles are actually going this way. The reason this one's staggered is because if I didn't, I'd just pull right through my belly. Does that make sense? Yeah. But this pole goes down here, this one is here, and then I'm pushing. Always pushing on my legs, never stepping. Does that make sense? Now the release of both the poles and the feet, what you want to do is after let's start with the legs. After I load on this leg and I release, I let this one go and I let it relax. And the same thing as I'm pulling through, as I come through and I pull, I relax my hands. That allows for return blood flow and oxygenation of the arms as well as the legs. If you're always rigid and always tense like this, you're not getting return blood flow, and you'll start to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm getting super fatigued, I'm getting super tight. So the pulling, because it's like a granny gear, I don't have a lot of time to glide. That pulling release is probably more like right here. It might be a little bit longer where it's more gradual where you're starting. Does that make sense? Like you might be able to pull through and press through a little bit longer. But after that, let's watch that one more time.